Earth is ghetto. But isn't it nice to know that we have everlasting life? Kind of takes the load off things. That's why I feel so light, so airy, like my Dominican roller set. You know, you feel very dainty. Kind of feel even more girly. Yes, as a woman following Jesus, I feel more feminine. That's why I titled the video, "The Closer I Am to Jesus, the more feminine I feel." You know, apparently so does my subscriber, Grasshopper, Delight in You. Delight in You says, "I'm so proud of you, Kelly." Thank you. I'm proud of me too. It's not easy doing what I'm doing, by the way. I walked away from my larger channel, but this one feels much larger. There's a much more substantial, I said substantial. Kelly, I feel it has a, let me just keep reading. Substantial is what I was trying to say. "I'm so proud of you, Kelly. It's encouraging to see other women on the same path as me. I've also discovered that by embracing Jesus, I can completely embrace my feminine, soft self. He has definitely been softening my heart in this season as well. I've also found that the key to changing unhealthy or limiting thought patterns is by staying in the Word. Because His Word, capital H, capital W, HW, homework, do your homework and write this down, because His Word begins to replace your own thoughts." God bless you, girl. You know, God bless you too, Delight in You. By the way, this is what you hear squeaking. It's these Hello Kitty slippers I got from Target. In a world where currently rage and rage-baiting content's the first thing you see online, and it's just funny. Everything I see online is just anger bait, race bait, some sort of bait to bait you in and feel angry. And I'm just sitting here, you know, walking around feeling like a pretty little flower. Like, what is going on? And it's not to say I don't feel things. I feel upset sometimes. Obviously, I feel sick. I feel sad. I feel, you know, whatever. But there's just an overwhelming sense of rest you get when you follow Jesus. Notice how I keep saying Jesus and not just, you know, God. Purposely saying that to note that a lot of celebrities, I'm not a celebrity, I'm not referring to myself as a celebrity, but yeah, I was mildly famous for a couple years. You know, people still come up to me all the time, every single day. They're very nice people. But I'm just saying, most public figures will say things like, you know, bless God, when they're accepting an award on stage. They're like, thank you, God. I'm like, which God are you talking about? Thank you for listening to that rant. When you're just reading the Word, it just lessens the pain of the world. It's not easy reading it. I will admit, I don't actually like to read my Bible all the time. It is something I'm working on. And I'm deliberately choosing to put down this great thriller book I have and instead reread the New Testament starting from the Gospels. Because, you know, the Old Testament's pretty clear in my head, but I feel like the Gospels is really just personally where it starts to help out with the late 20s. You know what? Speaking of, I have a verse for you. Is it Romans 12:2? Let me just get my Bible out. Romans 12:2. Do not conform to the pattern of this world, but be transformed by the renewing of your mind. Then you will be able to test and approve what God's will is, His good, pleasing, and perfect will. In my last video, I said God has a plan for you. Do not compare yourself to the people who are online. Little do you know, they're actually possibly neck deep in debt, maxing out credit cards, borrowing money, borrowing clothes, buying stuff from Saks Fifth Avenue, and then returning it the next day after making content on, you know, hashtag, you know, luxury, hashtag black girl luxury, hashtag soft life, hashtag this. It's all kind of rooted in capitalism. And just from personally, regrettably meeting a few TikTokers who boast this lifestyle, A lot of people are actually homeless. I'm not even joking. Like, nothing's wrong with being homeless. It is just, unfortunately, a time when you are unhoused. But it's one thing to humbly be like, I'm homeless right now because I'm going through it. Like, I almost was. I was couch surfing in New York. Like, I was this close to ending up in a situation like that because I had this crazy goal of moving across the country to the most expensive city in the US. So I don't see anything, it's not like an icky thing like, oh, you're homeless. I'm just saying these people are out there selling courses, actually selling courses, and people are buying them on, how to be feminine, how to get the soft life. It's all about the image and what I mean. Another commenter said something in my last video saying, I'm so glad you brought up that the soft life is different for us. I keep saying us because I have a majority following of people who just get it. Like, we would all hang out and get along very well. So maybe you should make a friend in the comment section. I don't know. And maybe comment your age and your city. Maybe you can make a friend in the comment section, or at least a pen pal who understands that the trending soft life thing that's all over social media is not going to look the same for us, because you will be called to make some tough choices. You will be called to use your discernment. It's never too late to improve yourself. You could be 99 watching this, on your crunchy computer at home. It is not too late tomorrow to realize, wow, I'm surrounded by negative thinking. I'm surrounded by negative people. In fact, I don't really like my environment at all, which leads me to the secondary comment here. Benjamin Roman, 916. I'm a Caribbean Latino introvert man with a taste for a comfortable life with occasional luxuries like international traveling. I've been following you for a long time before you moved from California for the first time on your other channel. Thank you. Your goal and work of always improving your whole life while completely rejecting stereotypes have always resonated with me the most. I did this unintentionally, by the way, because I just lived, I was just thriving. Right now, I'm working for a global financial technology company and living in the nicest neighborhood of a bougie small town in Florida. That is something not many people from my country achieve. Many people fall prey to the victim mentality, and many times they really don't feel worthy of a comfortable life. It's sad but true. I can make this video 20 minutes longer by talking to you about how I just can't relate to thinking I need to act a certain way as a black girl, and the whole, I don't know, feeling guilty for liking things that are cute or dainty or pink or feminine or whatever it is. It's just silly to me. I don't even like to talk about it, to be honest, because it puts me in a negative state of mind. I did it for my last video and it doesn't need to be brought up again because I don't want to even attract the people who think those things, because you got to leave them where they're at, Jesus help them, that's it. But I will say, I think Benjamin and I possibly are just either curious people naturally, or maybe his parents raised him right to be curious. I think when you are raised to actually question authority sometimes, respectfully question authority, and you know that it's safe and okay to do so, it will open up so many doors. This is something that's like not really a hard skill, but more of a soft skill. Knowing that you can ask questions and just push back a little bit. It gives you confidence. It raises kids to think, this person may not know everything. Let me find a better way to do that. And this is how you end up just generally being more successful in life. Remember this, when we die and go to heaven, do you really think that God is going to be there, for example, with a list going, all right, step forward, you in the back, black girl, come here. You did really well for a black girl. You're actually pretty for a black girl. You may enter. You, Latino man in the back, you did well, all things considered. No, he made us in his image, and we are all beautiful and worthy of love. And I don't think you should ever think that being black or being whatever you are watching this, Hispanic or Asian or some, hello, onion, it's not a curse. People around you will unfortunately be a part of the generational curse, but your existence is not a curse. You must break free of it. That's all I have to say today.